Memory is the foundation of everything we learn, do, and achieve. But did you know that the way you remember shapes how you think, work, and create? Understanding your memory type is the key to unlocking your full potential. From recalling vivid images to mastering movements or retaining melodies, memory comes in many forms. Visual memory, auditory memory, and kinesthetic memory each play unique roles in shaping how we learn and succeed. In this video, we'll explore the different types of memory, how they work, why they fade, their advantages and limitations, and how to master them to excel in any field. Visual memory is your ability to recall what you've seen. It's like a mental photograph, helping you retain colors, shapes, and spatial layouts. Think of it as the part of your brain that lets you remember a face, a diagram, or even the layout of a city map after glancing at it. This memory type is rooted in the occipital lobe, the part of your brain responsible for processing visual information. It's why some people are great at remembering details just by looking at them. Here are some examples. Artists and designers. Visual memory helps them imagine and recreate images with precision. Pilots and navigators. They recall maps, cockpit layouts, and spatial routes effortlessly. Architects and engineers. They visualize complex designs and blueprints, bringing structures to life. Auditory memory is your ability to recall sounds, voices, and verbal instructions. It's why musicians can remember melodies, or why some people find it easier to learn by listening. This memory type is linked to the temporal lobe, which processes sound. Auditory memory isn't just about music or words. It helps you follow verbal instructions and retain information heard during conversations. Profession examples include musicians and singers. They use auditory memory to recall notes, rhythms, and lyrics. Lawyers and public speakers. Their ability to remember and deliver complex arguments comes from auditory recall. Linguists and translators. They excel at picking up and recalling sounds and speech in multiple languages. Kinesthetic memory, also called muscle memory, is your brain's ability to remember movements. It's why you can tie your shoelaces or play the piano without thinking. Athletes, surgeons, and chefs rely heavily on this type of memory. Kinesthetic memory is controlled by the cerebellum, which manages physical coordination and repetitive actions. Through practice, movements become automatic, reducing the need for conscious thought. Here are some profession examples. Athletes and dancers. They use kinesthetic memory to perfect techniques, like a gymnast performing a routine flawlessly. Surgeons and technicians. Precision and steady hands rely on kinesthetic memory, honed through years of practice. Chefs and craftspersons. They depend on kinesthetic memory for tasks like chopping, molding, or assembling intricate designs. Most professions require a blend of these memory types. For example, teachers rely on visual aids for diagrams, auditory memory for lectures, and muscle memory for writing on the board. Combining memory types makes tasks more effective and efficient. Profession examples of cohesion are filmmakers and animators. They visualize scenes, recall dialogues, and use muscle memory for editing software. Engineers and scientists. They interpret data visually, discuss findings verbally, and apply techniques hands-on. Sports coaches. They combine visual strategy, verbal instructions, and physical demonstration to train teams. Your brain processes and stores memories using a complex network of neurons. Each time you experience something, your brain converts it into a memory through electrical and chemical signals, which are stored in specific regions like the hippocampus. The hippocampus acts like a memory librarian, organizing information into short-term or long-term storage. Short-term memory holds information for a few seconds to minutes, while long-term memory stores it indefinitely. Encoding is the first step of memory creation. It's the process of converting sensory input, like what you see, hear, or touch, into a format your brain can store. Once encoded, memories are stored in different parts of the brain. For example, visual memories are stored in the occipital lobe, while auditory memories are stored in the temporal lobe. Finally, retrieval is the process of accessing stored memories. It's like searching for a file in a digital library. Efficient encoding and storage make retrieval quicker and easier. Your ability to remember depends on many factors, including focus, environment, and emotional state. For example, distractions can weaken encoding, while a calm and focused mind enhances it. Sleep also plays a critical role. During deep sleep, your brain consolidates memories, transferring information from short-term to long-term storage. Each memory type relies on these processes but uses different parts of the brain. Visual memory stores and retrieves images, auditory memory processes sounds, and muscle memory focuses on movement. Although memories are printed into the brain, but not all memories last forever. Over time, some memories fade due to a process called decay, especially if they aren't reinforced through repetition or emotional significance. Repetition is the key to strengthening memory recall. When you review information or practice a skill repeatedly, it reinforces the neural connections, making it easier to retrieve later. By understanding how your brain processes and stores information, you can take steps to optimize your memory and enhance your learning abilities. Visual memory excels at retaining details from images, maps, and spatial layouts. Professionals like designers, architects, and data analysts rely heavily on visual memory for their creative and analytical work. However, visual memory struggles with abstract or verbal information. A visually dominant person might find it harder to follow spoken instructions or focus in text-heavy environments, and might need written notes to recall a spoken lecture. Auditory memory shines when recalling sounds, speech, or verbal instructions. Musicians, public speakers, lawyers, and linguists leverage this memory to excel in their fields. However, auditory memory may struggle with tasks that require visual or physical cues. For example, someone with strong auditory memory might find it harder to understand a complex chart without hearing an explanation. Muscle memory, also called kinesthetic memory, is essential for mastering physical movements. Athletes, surgeons, and chefs rely on it to perfect repetitive tasks and develop precision. Despite its strengths, kinesthetic memory isn't suited for abstract learning or theoretical concepts. Someone with strong muscle memory might excel at practical skills but struggle with tasks requiring complex reasoning or analysis. By understanding the strengths and limitations of each memory type, you can identify where you excel and how to optimize your learning for different tasks. Before optimizing your memory, it's crucial to identify your dominant type. Are you a visual learner who thrives on images, an auditory learner who excels with sound, or a kinesthetic learner who remembers by doing? Once you understand your strengths, you can tailor your learning and memory techniques to match your dominant type, while also improving the other areas for a well-rounded approach. If you're a visual learner, you can strengthen your memory by incorporating images, colors, and patterns into your learning process. Use color-coded notes. Assign different colors to topics or ideas. This helps your brain associate information with visual cues. Create mind maps and diagrams. Mind maps visually organize information, making it easier to recall complex topics. Leverage visualization techniques. Visualize concepts as if they're part of a story or picture in your mind. For auditory learners, sound is the key to improving memory. Using verbal repetition, auditory aids, and mnemonic devices can make a significant difference. Repeat information out loud. Speak your notes aloud. Hearing yourself reinforces the information and improves retention. Use mnemonic devices and rhymes. Turn facts into catchy phrases or rhymes to make them easier to remember. Listen to recordings and playlists. Record important information and listen to it repeatedly. This works well for studying or learning a new language. Kinesthetic learners thrive through hands-on practice. Muscle memory can be developed through repetition, active engagement, and physical simulations. Practice through repetition. The more you repeat an action, the more automatic it becomes. Consistent practice is key to developing muscle memory. Use simulations and models. Simulations provide a safe environment to refine physical skills without real-world risks. Engage in active learning. Participate in activities that require movement or hands-on engagement to reinforce learning. Combining all three memory types creates a powerful learning strategy. By engaging your senses together, you reinforce information and make it easier to recall. Pair visual aids with verbal explanations. When explaining concepts, combine diagrams or charts with spoken descriptions to engage both visual and auditory memory. Follow up listening with practice. Listen to instructions and then immediately apply them in a hands-on way to reinforce your muscle memory. Tell stories that incorporate actions. Stories that combine imagery, dialogue, and physical cues help anchor information in all memory types. No matter your dominant memory type, certain habits can enhance memory for everyone. Get enough sleep. Sleep is essential for consolidating memories. Aim for 7 to 8 hours each night to keep your brain functioning at its best. Stay physically active. Exercise boosts blood flow to the brain, improving memory and cognitive performance. Minimize distractions. Create a distraction-free environment to enhance focus during learning and memory recall. By understanding your dominant memory type and applying these strategies, you can sharpen your memory, improve your learning, and achieve your goals more efficiently. Memory is a powerful tool, and by understanding your unique strengths, you can unlock its full potential. Whether you rely on visual cues, auditory recall, or muscle memory, every type has its role in shaping how you learn and grow. The key is to find the right balance, embracing your dominant memory type while improving the others to create a cohesive and efficient learning process. With these tools, you can excel in your career, hobbies, and daily life. Your memory is your superpower. Use it wisely, strengthen it consistently, and watch how it transforms your ability to learn, create, and achieve. What's your dominant memory type? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know how you plan to optimize your memory. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for more insights from the Wisdom Tooth.